Hi everyone. Welcome back to my channel where I am talking about the lessons that I've learned and am continuing to learn. If you guys have seen my last video, this is a series of my journey to a million. Okay, so if you haven't seen that last video, you want to see that. I am just providing another update, y'all. So I was saying I was going to do this weekly, but Lord, I told y'all, bear with me now, okay? So it hasn't quite been a month since my last one, but it's been a few weeks, probably like 3 weeks. So I shaved off a week. So maybe if we continue to do this, then we'll get to that weekly thing. What have I made since the last time? I think y'all know the answer. I haven't made anything. And the thing is, intuitively, I had been feeling like my job of being a real estate agent was being kind of taken away. It's not taken away, but that was something that I was supposed to be letting go of. I've just been following where this is going and just leaning more and more into it. And it is just being confirmed over and over again that is something that I am releasing in this season. It's going on 4 years of me being a real estate agent. So this is something that I was working in and was doing well in. And so now it's something that I'm being told that I need to release. But this could really be a scary season for me because I'm releasing something, not having anything else. There is nothing over here that is just like a safety net for me. I'm just like, oh, okay, well, I'm letting go of one thing and I have this side hustle that I've been bringing up and it's creating some type of income or this, that, and other. It's not. There's nothing over here. It's nothing over here that I can see, that I can physically see, and that is in my current reality. I am becoming okay with releasing this. A season of releasing not just my career or what has been my career, but also releasing things that I have been resisting. Y'all, I have a resistance built against receiving. There is something in me that is against receiving with ease. In me, there is a program or a belief that holds the thought that anything good, anything worth having, anything that would classify me as successful or anything that would bring you a great deal of money, to get anything like that, it comes with pain. You have to struggle. You have to sacrifice. You have to do things that you really don't want to do. You have to work. It's like super, super hard. You have to just put in blood, sweat, tears. You have to work your fingers to the bone. These are the beliefs that are going through my mind. So when you're talking about relaxation, when you're talking about enjoying, and when you're talking about peace, when you're talking about all these things, I'm looking at my vision. I'm like, how in the world are you supposed to get there? And you're just relaxing and you're just enjoying. For me, those things read laziness and you not doing the work, you not putting in the effort. But what I'm realizing is that work doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be pain. In my mind, it did. So everything that I got involved in order to prove that I was really working hard, in order to prove that I was successful, in order to prove that I was worthy, I would work myself crazy. And I would sacrifice time with my family. I would sacrifice time with my kids, my husband. I would sacrifice myself, my mental health. I was sacrificing those things because that's what I thought I had to do. I just realized I had a resistance built upon that, and I didn't know. I'll give, but when it comes to asking somebody for something, I have a hard time doing that. When it comes to receiving from somebody, I'm like, oh, I'm good. No, oh, thank you so much. That's all right. I got it. And that even comes down to like in the house. When my husband asked me, you need help with that? You need help with this? I'm usually like, no, I got it. I'm cool. And then after the fact, I'll sit there and be mad because I'm like, well, why doesn't anybody want to help me? Why is it where I've got to do all this stuff myself? But then I had to ask myself, well, you're doing it. You're acting as if you got this. You're acting as if you want to be independent. You're acting as if you don't need anybody's help. You're acting as if you've got this covered and I am superwoman. So give everything to me because I can hold it on my shoulders. When in all actuality, inside, you're screaming for somebody, help me. But you've got to open your mouth and start asking for it. So that resistance there of just receiving with ease has kept me from asking for help, has kept me from allowing my husband to assist me, allowing my kids to assist me, allowing other family members or friends to assist me, allowing, just regular people to do the same thing. And then also allowing God to perform miracles in my life. I was wondering why I had so much resistance against just sitting, being still and just enjoying, finding out what Christina loves, finding out what makes Christina happy and actually honoring that. Y'all, I really struggled with doing that, but it's because I didn't know how that was going to get me any closer to where it is that God revealed that I would be. And that the place that I'm moving to, the place that I'm going to. Like, how does sitting still equate to this? How does me not working hard and trying to figure out and trying to make money and trying to do this and trying to really push things, how does that get me closer to this? And I couldn't see it, but it's because I had a wall of resistance up. I want you to know things don't have to be hard. You do not have to work your hands to the bone. You do not have to miss time and important moments with your family if you do not want to. One day I was in the mirror and I was just like, look, why does this have to be so hard? Like, why does it seem so hard? And what I received as an answer back was just like this little whisper, right? And it was like, well, it doesn't have to be. It's your choice, and we have a choice. We can have it where it's easy, or we can have it where it is difficult. And that was the thing that was told to me, is that, Christina, look, what I promised you is there. You will receive it. I've got you. I already have it here for you, for your taking. But it's your decision of whether you want to get it the easy way or the hard way. And so in my mind, I'm like, I wanted the easy way. And as he's showing me the easy way, I'm still pushing it back. Like, no, that's not hard enough. No, there's no way that can happen. There's no way. No. I don't deserve it that way. I've got to work for it. I've got to do this. And he's like, look, I'm telling you, you said you wanted the easy way. I'm showing you the easy way. And you aren't allowing me. You aren't leaning into it. You aren't following what it is that I'm telling you to do. So I want you to know that it doesn't have to be hard if you don't want it to be. You can receive with ease. You are worthy of love with ease. You are worthy of abundance with ease. You are worthy of happiness with ease. You are worthy of joy with ease. You are worthy of peace with ease. These are the things that have your name written all over it. We've got to recognize the resistance that we have built up against certain things. Resistance is sometimes so tricky, and it embeds itself so well the way that it is, and you don't even think that it's resistance until you really start digging. And this is why I said the magic question is why. Just asking yourself why, and then going deeper, going as deep as you can, to acknowledge and bring awareness of this resistance. So then you can now handle it. So what I've said, and this is the thing, I had to bring out my book, y'all, because I had to write down, what are the action items? What are you going to do? What are you going to do going forward to conquer this and to get over it? I said, find at least one activity to participate in that is fun and brings me joy. A few times before I've mentioned inner child work, and really getting to know that inner child and understanding what that inner child needs from you now. And so my inner child wanted to be free. That's the only thing that she was asking, like, Christina, I want to be free. And one of the reasons why she was asking that is because I placed myself in a box surrounded by other people's expectations. So I wanted people to be happy with me. I wanted to make people proud of me. I wanted it to be where people look at me and just like, wow, she's so smart. Wow, she's got it together. Wow, she worked really hard and she did this. She's so successful. That's what I wanted. The other people that were surrounding me, that is where my programming came in order to prove that you are smart, in order to prove that you're successful, in order to be considered a success. You have to do something hard. You have to engage in some hard activity that not a lot of people can do. And really go for it, really hustle hard, really grind, really get your gears turning, and really just throw yourself in it. Those were the things that were playing in my mind, and that is what I've confined myself to. So I haven't really paid attention to what Christina actually wants, what Christina actually likes, what she loves doing, what brings her alive, what makes her feel free, what makes her feel creative and ready to work and just feeling great. I have neglected that for a long time. So now it's time to get back to me. So I'm honoring that inner child, and that is one of the ways that I am. And so I said, finding at least one thing or activity to participate in that is fun and brings me joy. And that's on a weekly basis, right? Starting off small, but on a weekly basis, I've got to find at least one thing. The second thing was asking for help and allowing people to do it. It's people and also asking God. So I asked, what I also realized, it was when I was actually praying that I just felt another whisper in my ear was just like, let's stop praying weak prayers. And I'm like, oh, no, excuse me. I'm thinking that, they are weak. They were weak, but I thought that they were safe. That is, they were safe. It was where I was praying and I'm like, thank you, Lord, for our house. Thank you for allowing us to pay the bills. Thank you for this. Thank you for that. And, maybe I might slide in something that I need or that I want. And then that's it. But it didn't have any force behind it. It wasn't powerful. It was no power behind it. I'm just asking, and I'm like, oh, well, if you want to, then, I'm here. And that's what I would want if you decided to do it. But, if you don't want to, that's cool. It's cool. I ain't really need it in the first place. So those were the things that I was doing. So asking with power, asking with expectancy, asking with that behind it. I'm just like, I'm asking and I know that you will do it. I know that this will happen. So asking big and powerful prayers. The third thing was receiving with ease. So not only just asking people to do, so that's something that's outside of my comfort zone is asking, but then also allowing them to do it. So that is kids. I wrote down kids, my husband, my family members, random people at the grocery store, whatever it may be, just allowing people to do that. And fourth, it was saying thank you for every good that is given to me. I received something in the mail. I got this eyelash growth serum, right? I bought it off of Etsy. It had a lot of good reviews. So I bought it and I ended up getting 2 of them. And so I got it in the mail and I was like, oh, thank you. Like I am starting to feel abundance. Like it's just like, oh, okay. Instead of 1, I got 2 just because I live in abundance. This is just what I get. I receive with ease. Things come to me easily. I don't have to put in a lot of work. I don't have to force things to happen. I am a magnet for things that are good. And so just living in that. So those are the things that I wrote down that would help me in doing that. I honored it this week. And I literally have been knocking off every single thing on this list. And the funny thing is that the same day that I wrote all these things down, my mother came over and I was cooking. And I got the babies. We got 3 kids, y'all. If you didn't know, we have 3 kids and they're all young. We've got 6, 4, and 11 months. So the baby was crying and I'm trying to get her situated. I'm trying to feed her, then trying to cook on the stove. But then the baby, like as I'm feeding her, she knocks over her plate and it spills everywhere. And I'm just like flustered, right? I'm just like, oh my gosh, what is going on? So my mother walks through the door and she's like, okay, you want me to, and I was like buttering bread. And she was like, you want me to do that? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, no, I got it. And I caught myself before it left my lips. And I'm like, yes, you can do it. You can do it. So then I went over to the baby and I was about to start cleaning up the mess. And then I see my 2 little kids over there. And I'm like, hey, can you guys help mommy clean this mess up? And they were so happy to do it. Like, oh, yes, mommy, let's do it. And so they cleaned it up so well, too, by the way. And then after my mom finished with the bread, she asked me, I can take the baby. Do you want me to give her a bath? And I'm like, yes, yes, yes. So I'm just doing this. And then my husband came in, from doing his stuff. And he asked me, do I need something? And I'm like, yes. So I'm telling them and I'm asking and I'm receiving and I'm seeing, I'm like, oh, this feels good because this is taking things off of my plate that normally I would say, no, I got it. I got everything. Just give it all to me. No, I'm like, okay. And I keep playing that in my head. And I've been playing it in my head for a week of just, I receive with ease. I am worthy of receiving with ease. Good comes to me easily. Just reciting those things and just living in it and leaning more into it. That's what I've been doing this week. And I will tell you this, after me doing this, right, I got a message from someone who follows me. And he had said, I just want to thank you and your husband for all that you guys are doing. You guys are pouring into us and I really appreciate it. You've helped me a lot and I want to sow into you. He asked for my Cash App because he wanted to send me something. I was just like, wait a minute. I gave him my Cash App. I gave him my information and he sent it over. Before I even got it, all I said, again, going back to what I wrote, thank you. Thank you for giving to me with ease. Thank you for everything that you're doing. Thank you for the fact that I can receive with ease. Thank you for the abundance that I live in. Thank you that money just comes to me. And those were the things that I was saying. So then once he sent it over, I'm like, this is what I'm being told to do. This is how it works. If I continue to focus on this, if I resist less, if I let down the guard or the wall of resistance, this is what I'm privy to. And the thing is that I had a conversation with someone a month ago and it was another person who follows me and we were chatting it up and just, on the phone we were talking and he had said, well, Christina, you pour into us so much. How can we pour into you? Like, have you ever thought about giving some type of mode or a platform that people can donate to you? And I was like, no, not really. It's okay. Like, that's all right. And so I didn't follow through with that. I kind of just let it go to the wayside. And then here it comes again. And I see why. Now that I have the awareness, I see why that went to the wayside. Because my thing is that, no, don't just sit around. You can't just give to me. Like, no. I need to be doing a job. It needs to be hard. Like what I'm doing, it comes easily. It's not something that really requires a lot of hard work. It's not something that is really difficult. I didn't think that I was worthy of receiving like that. So that was something that I put to the side. And then I also had fears around it. Well, what if I put it out there and then nobody donates? What if it's where, because I have a lot of trust issues that are still going on. So what if people let me down? What if it's where people think that I'm greedy? What if people are thinking that, and I'm going through all these things and it's just like, well, it's better to just play it safe and don't put it out there. So I have decided that I am not going to do that anymore. I am going to post and make public my Cash App, my Venmo. Venmo is acting kind of crazy right now. I tried to set it up, but apparently somebody else has set up something. I don't know what is going on, but I have to get that figured out. But soon I will be posting my Venmo, my PayPal. Like, everyone will have more than an opportunity to donate to my ministry, because this is where I feel led. And I am traveling down this road. So I'm releasing what I've been attached to for 4 years. And I'm traveling down a road that I don't know where it goes. But I know it has something to do with what I'm doing right now. So I am going to provide opportunities for people to sow into me, into what I am doing, into my ministry, because I want to build it. I have good news to share. I have lessons for days. And I want to be able to help as many people as possible to reach and achieve the highest and best version of themselves and to be all that God has created them to be. So that is my ministry. I am going to allow people to sow into me. I am going to let down my guard and my wall. My wall is coming down of resistance, and allowing myself to receive with ease. Receiving with ease. So I am going to let y'all go. That is what I wanted to share. And so if you find yourself and you who are discovering that you have some sort of resistance toward receiving with ease or receiving love, or any resistance period that you just uncover and you feel, I tell you, and I will tell you this, lean into that. Find out the root cause of it, because a lot of times we will discover the I'm going to use a tree as an analogy, right? A lot of times we're really good at identifying the branches and the leaves, but we can't get the things that are really deeply rooted in the ground, that big thing that is just so attached to the ground that is so difficult to move. But we're identifying the fears, we're identifying the things that come from it, but not the actual problem. So I am going to ask you to get to the root of that issue, the root of that problem. If there is any resistance that is showing up in your life, ask yourself why. Why do you feel that way? Where did that resistance come from? And get to the root of it. If you have any trouble with identifying what the resistance is, how you can get to that root cause or root problem, and you're having issues kind of identifying it and pinpointing it, reach out to me, let me know. On Instagram, I am Life Lessons with Tina. I am the same, obviously, on YouTube, and on LinkedIn, it's my full name, Christina Thomas, and I think it's ESQ, and then MBA. So just reach out to me there. I am there. You can leave a comment on here. Whatever you need to do, let me know, okay? And I am here for you. I am here to support you. I am here to help you. Send a message, reach out to me. I am here. But y'all, do me a huge favor. Look, I'm asking, right? I'm asking. If you guys have received anything from this video or any of my videos that I have posted or am posting, please like, subscribe, and comment on them, because the more that you comment, the more that you like, the more that you share, the more people are exposed to it, the more people see it. I would really appreciate it if you guys help me out that way. And don't worry, I will be posting all my information as far as how you can sow into my ministry and help me out further if you would like to do so financially. If you guys identify what you are resisting, if you are able to do that, then I will encourage you, and I'm going to push you now to do exactly what I was pushed to do. So what are the action items? What are the things that you're going to do when this stuff rears its head? What are you going to do? How are you going to react? What things are you going to put in place to ensure that that wall of resistance comes down? All right? So I want you to take it a step further. Yes, we want to identify it, but we also want to make sure that we're putting methods and processes in place to make sure that our wall is coming down. All right? So let's make the walls come down. I will talk to you guys next time.